Hello, happy Wednesday. We went to the Stars game last night. We sat on the glass. If you're following along in my stories, you've seen that. I posted a lot in my stories last night, so that's a lot for me. I know some people have like lots of things. I don't have that many typically, but it was fun. And we won, so we play tomorrow night in their house. And if we win that, we move on to the next round. So I'm so excited. Anyway, it's always good when you go and they win. But we were sitting on the glass. If you didn't know, we won the tickets. We did not buy the tickets. So we were sitting on the glass, which we have rarely done because those tickets are expensive. However, our seats were really good because they were right on the corner and kind of right below where we used to sit, honestly. So you could see all the way down the ice, and we were right kind of, if they rushed towards us, like they bang into the glass right in front of us. And, you know, so I'm constantly like doing this, not like they're going to come through the glass, but you just, how do you react when they're what, 6, 7 with their skates on and they're just coming full force and banging into the glass and the whole thing goes like this in front of you? It was so much fun though. So much fun. So I need to get ready. We are going to go grab a bite to eat at a place we've never been before up by us. So I thought I would come on here and get ready with you. So if you're hopping on, say hello. If you're watching the replay, say replay. And if I can help you with anything, you're going to comment Wednesday. So I'm going to switch some things up. I have been on a BB cream run because it is my favorite going into summer. But I'm going to switch that up today and use our powder duo, which I love our powder foundation. I was a powder foundation girl forever before I found this company. And not all powder foundations are made the same, right? And our powder foundation is made with shea butter, and it actually is hydrating as you wear it. It is not chalky. It is so good. So we're going to use that today. A couple of the shades have been out of stock for a while. I know I have one customer that just loves our powder foundation, and I think it's been out of stock for her shade specifically for like 3 months. But I do have a date when that's coming back. It's about another 3 weeks away. So if you're watching, sorry. But anyway, there are lots of shades available. It's just her specific shade that we've been hunting down, and it's just not yet. So, you know, I'm not in control of production. So we do what we do. All right, so I'm going to put on primer because I think primer under any foundation is a necessity. So I'm going to just put this on this brush. I've been, you know, putting this with my BB cream on top of a lid. Oh, well, that was an epic fail. Well, crud. I was going to wear this shirt tonight. Dang it. Hold on. Ugh. Well, hooey patootie. That's not going to come out. I might not be wearing this shirt to dinner. Let's see if a makeup wipe will take it off. Jeez. All right. Well, that was fun. We'll see if I can salvage that. All right. So, primer. Watch me be a disaster. See, you too can do makeup. Crazy. I feel like it's going to leave a mark. Ugh. What a mess. All right. Anyway, we're going to go to a new restaurant. After we moved north, so we lived down in the Dallas area, oh geez, 22 years. And when we bought our house, we had to move north because, you know, prices are just different. So we moved north, and we haven't really found our restaurants. I mean, we found a couple, we go to a couple places, but that's kind of what it's been, is we've only found a couple. So we're at these places like weekly. There's a place we go on Friday nights that are like, oh, it's Friday, y'all are here. or it's not Friday if y'all aren't here, is kind of what they say. All right, so I'm just gonna come in with my normal shade. I use 2 different shades. I use my normal shade for the outside, and I use a lighter shade like concealer under my eyes, down my nose, kind of my T section. Anyway, so this morning when my husband was going to work, he was like, let's go out to dinner, which I was like, oh, we just went to the Stars game last night. Like, do we have to? You know, I'm like, I'll stay home. I'm just going to do half my face, and I'm going to show you the coverage of this. This is very buildable. They say it is our most coverage, like it offers the most coverage. So this is the lighter shade. I'm just putting like under my eyes, on my eyelid to just even that out. Do you see the coverage? Now, you know, I've got redness right here, have redness on my nose, but this matte finish, done, not done. It's pretty fantastic. And the touch-up on this would be so simple, right? Oh, I just really got that dirty. Good heavens, I am a disaster today. All right, let's make the other side match. Oh, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, right? Look at that, redness just disappears. I have even used our powder foundation on top of BB cream when I've had a particularly stubborn reddish area. About 2 weeks ago, maybe it's been 3 now. I don't know, time just blurs. A couple weeks ago, we'll go with that, a couple weeks ago. I had an allergic reaction. I'm still sort of having it. I think I narrowed it down. I'm not really sure, but my face has been breaking out like there's no tomorrow. But it breaks out in this line. It goes here, here, and here, which tells me that's an allergic reaction, right? Because I'm allergic to 900,000 million things. I've done the whole allergy test where they stick you on your back for everything. And like, if they did 100 sticks, like literally 92 of them came back positive. Like, it's just horrible, horrible. So anyway, what I have done with our powder before is I didn't want to do a heavy concealer on top of like BB cream. So I would just take a little bit of this powder and just blur that down, right? I mean, I love how that covers. Isn't that pretty? I really like it, really like it. Did that stain come out of my shirt? It better come out good enough that I can wear it to dinner, because this was my plan for dinner. Hate it when that happens. I've had that happen before with foundation when I'd put it on the brush and then I'd turn like this and it'd just drop or whatever. So that is the other advantage of putting it on the lid, is that doesn't happen. I should have just done that with the primer, or just put it on my hands and put it on, right? You don't need a whole brush for a primer necessarily. All right, still using my color sticks for my bronzer, my blush, my highlighter. And then we're gonna try a different eye today. I don't use this eye very often, but I have learned that it could be a great option for the summer because they are water resistant and they do not budge. So we're gonna try that today, and we're gonna go really simple on the eye. I kind of feel like, you know, unless you're at an event, I feel like in the summer, I love being simplistic with my eyes, maybe a little more neutral with my lips. I don't know, I really like a bold lip, but more neutral meaning like with a gloss instead of a matte lip, something like that. That's kind of where I tend to go in the summer. So we are going to, let's curl the lashes while I'm thinking about it. Anyway, so we're going to try a new place tonight. It just so happens I have a gift card for it, which is funny to me because I probably had that gift card in my stack of gift cards for like, oh gosh, what year are we in? Maybe 7 years at least. I hope it's still valid. We'll find out. You know, it is a place that only lives up here. And when it was gifted to me, we lived down there. And that was like a 20-minute drive. And I'm not at that moment to go to some place I've never been before. I'm not driving 20 minutes to go have dinner. Unless it's like steakhouse dinner. And then, you know, we can discuss. This is not what that is. So we will see how that goes tonight. I will report back. So we're going to go with a light pink blush and a light pink lip today. Which, you know, I've been on the bold spectrum on my lips lately. So we're going to lighten it up today. Because not everyone's a bold lip, right? Sometimes you need a light lip. And I found a combination that I think y'all will really like. It's very simple. All right, so if you're watching live, you're saying hi. If you're watching the replay, you're saying replay. And if I can help you with anything, you're gonna comment Wednesday. I mentioned yesterday, I wasn't sure if doing curated bundles was helping y'all or not. But I think I'm gonna go back to that because I really started thinking about how I like to shop. And if I were watching someone do makeup, I couldn't just go to a link and then start loading a cart for myself, right? I may do things and tell you what they are, but I also might do things and forget to mention it. And then, like, how do you know what shade that was, right? Or how do you remember what shade that was? I had a sweet lady that bought for me last week, and she knew she wanted one thing, and then she was like, well, I'm kind of interested in a mascara, but I might need to go back and watch your video. And I was like, oh, I can tell you what mascara that is because I use the same mascara every single day. So, anyway, so I think I'm going to go back to curating like an eye look of the day, a lip look of the day, maybe my cheeks, I don't know, something like that. And with those, what you can do is remove or keep anything. So if I put an eye look together and let's say you love that palette or this eyeshadow stick I'm going to use today, but you also want that lip, like we can sub something out and kind of meld the bundles together. So we'll go that direction. All right, eyebrows. I need eyebrow serum. I have really loved how this has filled out. This is from Eternal. You can also get this if you comment the word Wednesday. I'll send you the link. But it has really filled out my brows from my over plucking. So infused with serum, and then the little serum just holds all of your brows in place. So it's really handy in that regard. All right, I didn't get my color out in advance. I apologize. Here we go. All right, so our color sticks come in a myriad of colors. Like, I only own 5, and I own most of the neutrals, because that's my jam in my eyes. We have bright blues and pinks and greens and all sorts of things. However, I didn't realize how these suckers do not move. They do not budge. You have to like scrub them off at night. Like they don't crease. So really good for hooded eyes, really good for water resistant, and just really pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one shade. And just swatch it on my hand for you. It is this gorgeous, oh, do you see that? Kind of a copper shimmer. And I am going to just put this, I'm just going to draw it on my lid. I'm going to come up into the crease-ish a little. And then I'm just going to pat it out. see if this will help too. Just try to soften the edge of it. Oh yeah. Isn't that pretty? So by putting it barely into the crease, what I was able to do is just smooth it out. I like that. Nice, just simple, easy. I'm gonna do a little eyeliner on that and then do a mascara, and I think that'll really help. So let's get it on this side. All right, so back to our dinner conversation. So we're not really good about going to new places. We are like creatures of habit people. We joke all the time that we're creatures of habit. We like going back to the same places. We like seeing the same servers, bartenders, managers, whoever they are. In fact, some of our best friends, that's how we got to know them. Well, actually, two of our really good friends, that's how we got to know them. Two different groups of friends. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. But anyway, so going to a new place that we've never been before, like for instance, the place we've gone Friday, if we're not there right before 5, we may not get a seat. It is that like cutthroat, right? So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Just things like this make me nervous. I'm like, can we just go back to the place we know? All right, we're gonna come in with a deep black liner just on the lashes. Yeah, that needed that for sure. Now you could pair another shade with this, like we kind of did with the liquid shadow the other day. You could put a little bit of like a bronzer color in your eye crease. Did I get kind of to the same spot? Yes. All right, so this eyeliner comes from the same company that my brow gel comes from. And the eyeliner is infused with serum. So it's gonna help grow my lashes while I'm wearing them. All right, I cracked open a fresh Quadra yesterday because your mascara should be changed every 3 to 4 months. And I don't hold fast to like a 3 or 4 month date as much as how is it applying? Is it drying out? Is it becoming difficult? I found that mine was becoming clumpy because it was drying out. Because think, every time you punch in there, you're putting air in there. So I knew when 2 or 3 days in a row, I was like, oh, that's really like making my lashes look thick. And then the more I looked at it, I'm like, oh, and or clumpy. So I knew that was time to change. Oh, okay, well, I gotta fix that. So my eyeliner transferred to my top of my hooded eye, so I didn't leave my eye open long enough. See, these are the struggles when you have a hooded eye. You see that? This just is not working for me today, apparently. I got stuff all over my eye. I spilled stuff all over my shirt when we started. Jiminy Cricket. Let's see if this will rub off. Kind of. All right, back to what we're doing. I will say though, in this day and age, going to a new place is a little bit easier because you can just get on their website and see their menu and all the things. I remember back in the day, you know, you just wander in somewhere and be like, and what do y'all serve? All right, I also posted in my stories today, if you're following along, and I don't know if they show up, if the links show up on Facebook or not. So if they don't, just message me. But Facebook has decided that it's only going to save your videos for 30 days. It used to be forever. You could hit a button and say never delete. Well, you don't have that option anymore. So I started a YouTube channel and I have downloaded and saved all of my videos and I post them. I've been posting like a week at a time. So I'll throw up last week's videos and get all those going. So there's about 200 and some odd videos from the time I started doing makeup. So if you want to check that out, feel free and let me know and subscribe and I'll keep posting there. Then that will be like my historical, keep it over there. And I'll still go live here, but then we'll download it and put it over there, right? All right, I am going to come in with a pink lip. Now, I know, logically, I could have come in with a brown lip because of my eye. That's more copper than brown. All right, so I did a little lip liner, and I'm gonna come in with one of our new lip glosses, Summer, what is this, Summer Sorbet? It is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Yes, Summer Sorbet. Go me. All right. Well, thanks for watching through my disaster of got something on my shirt, got something on my eye. It's just been a thing. All right, I've got to go fix this hair. It is not cooperating today. Again, see, not my day. Just not my day. Ugh. I also think the headband doesn't help anything. But anyway, all right, enough of that. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.